Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I'm in the 11th day, almost over, of my father's bet. And today I'm going to be talking about a topic I use a lot, and I think you should too. And this is psychological reading. Now, just before I start, I must say I'm kind of frustrated because I recorded a perfect video about the same topic now, and for some reason the input capture stopped working, so that's kind of shite. But, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves because we have a lot to talk about. Not much. Okay, we have a lot to talk about. That doesn't mean I will talk about it in everything in this video because there's a lot to say about really psychological reading. Oh, first, before we start, or my little video, I want to say really thank you for everyone who's watching my videos. We're almost over, and also for those who doesn't know exactly what the father's bet series is. I lost a bet for my father, and now every day for 15 days I need to make a video. I need a topic in video format and post it. But the catcher is that there are four languages: in English, in Portuguese, in Spanish, and the most try hard Russian. Still in the basics. I can't read Russian, but I'm doing the best I can to at least pronounce it. So yeah, definitely different things, and we talk about a lot: aliens, space, 3D technology. Well, kind of got very far. After all, I did uh, 11 videos. In the total, actually, I did 44. Or I'm going to make 44 videos. So that's kind of a lot, especially for just 11 days. Well, but let's get in the topic in hand. How can you read a person? Today I'm gonna from the basics, like how can you read if someone is shy, if someone is shy or is more close to itself, and how can you see exactly how they express these emotions. So the thing I got the idea was from because today was the first day of school, physical school at least, and I got to see a girl who they were making a project, a really cool project. Sadly, I didn't participate the exactly first day, but it's my first day, so I can count it. She was shy, and she showed so obvious signs she was shy that it just made me think that instant, oh, she's shy. But why do I know she's shy? So I decided to make this topic. So I'm gonna stand up a bit, show my face. The first thing you need to know is that not just facial expressions, because they definitely help. But the point is that, especially if the quarantine, everyone is wearing a mask, you can't see me happy or not. So you need to go by other factors. The first is the cheeks. As you can see, makeshift. I don't know where I don't know where my mask is. So actually, let me take my mask. I can pause this anyway. Okay, back. I have a mask, so you can see. You can't see my face. Of course, you can see my face. Also, I took the tiny mask I have because it's hot in Brazil, very hot. That topic. So, of course, you can see the basics. Like when you're happy, you can see they have a broad smile. Not exactly broad, but you can see they have a smile. And they have cheerful voice. But I'm going to go to the voice later. When I said they're more like this, they don't exactly know the lips go downwards like but they really do see sad. Like they're more neutral face, but you can see the eyes they're kind of sad, which is also another top point. Eyes. So you can see I'm happy. You can see my eyebrows. They usually raised when I'm excited for something, waiting for something, like this. But you can also see when I said are more neutral, they're lowered, and sometimes they're even more lowered than normal. But the question is, how can you read someone if you can see their faces? Because quarantine now. Well, there's good points. First, as you can see by my cheekbones, uh, our face is not covered. This is a point. I think some masks cover all this, especially for people who use um, oh, he just stole my chair. But especially for people who use goggles, so supporting. But usually normal people, and even so, you can see the lower part of their eyes. So you can deduce, like now I'm making a happy face. You can see my cheekbones, they are raised. When I'm doing a more neutral face, you can see much, but you can see I'm kind of neutral. But for other reason, which is not exactly the mouth down, neither is the cheekbones here, it's my eyes. If I here kind of dead face, I'm making a dead face, you can see I look like bored, look like sad. Yeah, it looks like sad. So that's a good point. Also, talking about eyes, uh, when you can tell someone is lying or is thinking about something, or think about something, they look to the right. When you look to the left is when you remember something. It's really, really interesting. So if you see someone doing like this, like making, looking to more the right, they are usually making something up, which is great when you are having like a quiz or talking about something, so you can like have ideas. But if you ask someone to tell, uh, yeah, I can really think in places you don't think. But if you think someone is lying and they're telling a story, they do this, then they're thinking, they are creating something rather than remembering. So in the left is more remembering. Of course, people sometimes they develop unusual habits, but I can talk about these in a later episode. For now, I need to know is that when you look to the right, more to the right, they are more thinking about something, creating something, and when they look to the left, they're more remembering something. Okay, so it's all about eyes. Now let's talk about body language. I'm gonna lower a bit so you can see my face. Maybe this is kind of uncomfortable, but it's a good reason. For example, when someone is more talkative and a lot of things with the hands, they're usually more expressive. I think an expressive guy. I talk a lot, so I think I'm very expressive. Sometimes people actually overdo it, so they stay doing this with the hands, shaking the body, the whole body. Usually they're really open, but it's kind of uh, hard to follow them. Sometimes they're not organized enough, so they shake their hands a lot. But or sometimes they are insecure about what they're talking about, so they're having all this energy, but that does not apply so much. Now, another thing that applies much actually would be people who are closed. So, for example, when someone is like this, then he is more conservative about his idea. When I'm like this and I'm discussing a topic, like the earth is flat enough, I can pretty much be like this because I don't think you'll be changing my mind. Again, your earth is round, but I don't think you're gonna be changing my mind. So I kind of close, but that's not close like close to the word like in a fighting or defense position, though it can be, because this is not more closed. And when, from the case this girl was doing, she was like more this. This is completely shy. She's locking herself. She's not like in a fighting position, especially fighting position doesn't look like this. Like fighting position like this or like this. It depends. But she was really shy, and she was like this, and her legs are really interesting, especially since I'm tiny, so I always see people's like it was like more this, crossed legs, but she wasn't standing. As you can see, the mess, the cat. You can also see my legs crossing. So she was really close in all angles, and the last straw that broke the camel's back in this situation was her voice. Because voice also expresses a lot. People think voice usually just express um, simple emotions and, of course, thoughts. That's why I talk. but it also expresses a lot more emotions, and maybe even arguably, or at least, it would make like 30%, 30% of our expression. Most of it comes from body language, but a good portion comes from language in general. Since if I'm shouting at you something, if I'm talking really loud, then that means I'm rather insecure about myself or what I'm talking about, or insecure that I feel like in a position where I threaten, which comes to the point when if I close myself, like this, then that means I probably gave up or I'm shy. And when I really angry and I'm really shouting something, that means I'm more aggressive. So that can be a bad thing. But if you're shy also, your voice will probably be lower. Like this, kind of hard to hear. I really don't know because actually it's showing, it should go lower because it's showing my, so I just talk about, okay. So, my voice, as you could see, if I was shy, I would talk more like this. Very low. She actually, even though we were on a circle, I couldn't hear her much. So she was shy about it, or she was not secure about what she's saying. She didn't look insecure, she just looked shy, but it could be also insecure because they didn't develop the project at the end. But yeah, that's a story actually. A good story to tell, maybe another day. So she was shy, it was obvious. So what should you take about from this video? First, the body language from the eyes, eye language if you must. So when people are looking more to the far right, they are probably okay. There are exceptions, but you hardly will find exceptions. So if they're looking to the far right and they're probably thinking about something, like inventing something when they're talking about you, or when like thinking or inventing something, which is good. Actually, I think when in the video it will look like I'm looking at the left, but okay. But when you're looking to the left like this, it's because you're remembering something. So if I say, okay, how was my day? It was good. It was great. I had a lot of fun. Or if you talk about, oh, what's the densest star? What's the densest type of star? It's the neutron star. Just meaning stuff. So in the right, remembering, the left, no, sorry, in the right, making something, or yeah, thinking about something, or in the left, it's more remembering something. I think my right example was bad because you can just remember what it is, but still. When a person is more close like this, usually they are shy or shy. You can see this by how they're. Oh, sorry. You can see how they are like this in the arms, in the legs. Usually, if they are more open, their legs are open, or they're like not much crossed. But crossed legs is a kind of complicated thing, but we can get a lot, the way. When you see some people who likes to beat down their feet, that means they're impatient or they're very energetic, and they don't have something to do, or they have too much energy. And I also remember about lecture. Sometimes body language with hands. So sometimes people are very talkative, expressive with their hands. Sometimes people are less expressive with still expressive, and sometimes people just don't. Recommend you be in the middle, because if you're on the very expressive, it can be kind of hard to follow you. If you're too little expressive, then it's kind of hard to understand your point. So yeah, that's a bit about human behavior and how you could read it. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe and like this video, of course. Not just that, but of course, leave down in the comments exactly what's your experience with it, and of course tips and tricks for like how can you read better people and how it saved you or it helped you anyway. Of course, considering seeing the rest of the playlist, we talk about very interesting points and very crazy points, and also, it's in 4 languages, so you can test a bit of your Portuguese or your Spanish and try to understand my Russian. I think my Russian is in the middle of being understandable, but of course getting there very soon. So that's it. I hope you like this video and see you again next time. Bye.